What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is MTG. I make videos about tech, about how-tos, vlogs here and there, but I also make videos based about YouTube for smaller content creators like you and like myself. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the perfect student smartphone. So, without further delay, let's dive right in. Alright, so disclaimer, I'm just going to start right off and say no, the perfect student smartphone is not an iPhone. Yeah, I know iPhone fans are going to be like, okay, well, for me it's the perfect student smartphone. But hold off for a sec and watch this video and you might change your mind. So when you say student, the first thing that comes to mind is budget. Students are on a budget and they have to keep track of how much they spend, how much they earn, and everything is crucial to them. Whether they even go out and get a cup of coffee every day, that adds up too. So getting a smartphone is crucial. Paying $1,000 is actually a lot. And once you think about it, you're like, damn, I don't want to pay that much for a smartphone. And OnePlus 7 Pro, definitely, it's not cheap, but it's not $1,000. And you're getting literally the same, even better performance than you would be getting on flagships like the Galaxy S10 or even the Samsung Galaxy Note 10. Now with this, you can get a full spec'd out model of the OnePlus 7 Pro for $750. You're getting 12 gigs of RAM. That is more RAM than on a bunch of laptops these days. Even my MacBook Pro, I only have 8 gigs of RAM on my MacBook, and this phone, this small device, has more RAM than my computer. So 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. Yeah, it doesn't have a micro SD card slot, but still 256 gigs of storage. That's a lot. And if you use like Google Photos and like Google Drive, you're all set. And I also want to reiterate, Google Photos, Google Drive, this is an Android phone, so every single Google app that you have on this phone just works seamlessly because Google has created their apps specifically for Android first. They work much better and much more smoother on Android phones than on iPhones. Yeah, I know Galaxy S10, they're going to get the micro SD card slot and other phones like LG, but this phone is just snappy. It's running its own Oxygen OS. It doesn't have any bloatware on top. It's literally almost like stock Android, but better. Now, OnePlus throws in extra features like opening the phone when the screen is off by, let's say, drawing a different shape or a different letter to open the camera or open the flashlight. These small features that OnePlus implements are actually very, very useful. Another thing that is super useful is the alert slider, and this should be on every single Android phone. Now I know iPhone has it, the silent button on the left side of the iPhone, but this alert slider is so much better. It's got 3 different modes. It's got a silent, it's got a vibrate, and it's got ring. So if you're in class and you can't just pull out your phone and go through settings and turn it off and put it on silent, you just hit that alert slider, put it on silent, and you're all set for the day. You don't need to worry about it. It's the small things that OnePlus has thought about in this phone that just make life for a student especially more useful. Power button position is in the perfect place. It's not like the Galaxy S10 Plus where the power button is on the very top right of the phone. And the Galaxy Note 10, that's even worse. It's on the left side of the phone. We're all used to having our power button either on the top back in the day or on the right side of the phone, but for the Galaxy Note 10, having it on the left side of the phone is something to get used to. Battery life is also something that students should definitely take into consideration. The OnePlus 7 Pro sports a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Yeah, it doesn't have wireless charging, and nowadays we have wireless charging pads even in our car, but it's just doesn't have wireless charging. That's not a big problem. It's got its fast warp charging, 30-watt warp charge, and that gets the job done. You forget to throw it in at night and then pop it in the charger in the morning for 20-30 minutes and you're all set to go for the day. You can guarantee that this phone will last you throughout the day. For me, as I'm recording this video, 2:20 p.m. and I'm at 72%, so just think about it. And I've been using it very heavily since the morning. This phone's battery will not let you down. Now, the thing is, it's got a Quad HD 90 Hz display display is awesome. It's probably the best display on any smartphone I've ever seen, probably even better than Samsung. It's got an AMOLED display too. But when it's Quad HD, 90 Hertz, you're pushing more power and it's going to eat the battery more. So obviously OnePlus has the option to decrease the resolution to Full HD and the refresh rate to 60 Hertz. But after taking it out of the box and just using it stock at 90 Hertz with a Quad HD display, you just don't find a need. Watching videos, the UI on this device is just super smooth, buttery smooth. It's going to be tough to go back to any other smartphone. Now I have a Galaxy S8 as my secondary device, and I just can't use it because this 90 Hertz display has seriously spoiled me. It's just like the Galaxy S8 feels really slow and laggy, even though it really isn't. And if you guys do have an iPad Pro, that's a 120 Hertz display. That's even more smoother. And if you use that device trying to go back to another tablet or just another phone too, it's just not the same, and you're going to be like, damn, I wish every display on the market had the same refresh rate as like the iPad Pro or even the OnePlus 7 Pro. So the 4,000 milliamp hour battery, fast charging, amazing screen, 90 Hertz refresh rate, you're guaranteed to have this phone last you all day. And like a student, you get bored on your phone, you want to watch videos or you want to play games on your phone, this phone has got you covered. With that 12 gigs of RAM, multitasking is no issue. You're just going to enjoy the experience of, especially mobile gaming. That's something I personally don't do, but obviously when I get bored sometimes, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So the 90 Hertz refresh rate, Quad HD AMOLED display seriously gets the job done. Like, it seriously spoils me, and I don't even watch videos on my computer anymore. It's just that amazing. And I'm going to say it again, this screen, if you use it, it's going to spoil you like crazy. So heading back into screen, it's a 6.67 inch AMOLED display, so it's plenty big. And the thing is, it's got a full screen. It's got a very small chin on the bottom, and you can't even notice that, so that's not an issue at all. But with a full screen, you don't even need to worry about the notch or any of those other stupid gimmicks. But yeah, a lot of people are going to be like, what about Face ID? You know, iPhone has Face ID. I just bring up my phone and it's really secure. Where's that? Yeah. OnePlus does have Face ID using the front-facing camera. It doesn't have the same technology as Apple, but it has something that Apple doesn't, the iPhone doesn't, and that is an in-display fingerprint sensor. And these came out around last year. And with the second gen inside the OnePlus 7 Pro, it's using an optical fingerprint sensor. It's really quick. I've seen it against the Galaxy S8 and its ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, and OnePlus 7 Pro is much faster. It is much faster. It might be on their screen, so it might take like maybe a millisecond slower than normal traditional fingerprint sensors, but you won't even notice the difference. I place my thumb on the screen and it's in. My phone is in. It's a nice way to secure it. It might not be the most protective way, but it's some type of technology that's like, it's a wow me. And it's the first phone I've had with an in-display fingerprint sensor, so that's definitely going to wow a lot of people. Now, an important feature for students and their phone is camera, and it's because they're really active, taking a lot of photos, videos. Now, I did say if you're going to record video, the best video, mobile video, is on the iPhone, at least if you're going to share it on social media, make YouTube videos or anything of that sort. iPhone is a way to go for videos. It does take amazing photos, but for video, iPhone is the way to go. Now for the OnePlus 7 Pro, you can still trust it with its photos and for its video. 3 camera lenses on the back. First one, main 48 megapixel camera. Amazing, really good shots. You'll be getting amazing pictures from the photos you take with the 7 Pro. And even if you don't like it, you can still download the Google Camera APK on any Android device, especially the 7 Pro, and you'll be getting really good photo results. It also has an ultra-wide lens, something that unfortunately Apple is missing out on, and it also has a telephoto lens. So either way, whatever shot you want to get, OnePlus 7 Pro has it for you. Now how about those selfies? Students are always active on social media, sending selfies to each other. Yeah, well, it does have a selfie camera, and it's a pop-up mechanical mechanism. You can say it pops up from the top of the phone, and OnePlus is guaranteed this up to 300,000 times. Now, if you're like me who doesn't send so many selfies throughout the day, I'm pretty sure that this can last you for a long time. OnePlus said it can last for literally like 5 years, but then again, who's going to use a 7 Pro for 5 years? It's probably going to change. You're probably going to change your phone after 2 years anyway. But the camera, front-facing camera, really good. Its portrait mode on its front-facing camera is on point. I've taken a lot of pictures using portrait mode on the front-facing camera. It takes really good photos. So take my word on it, you won't be disappointed with the 7 Pro. Now, when it came out on its initial launch date, the camera was really iffy, but OnePlus has sent out so many updates. Ever since I got this phone, it came out with amazing updates, up the quality by far. And even when the OnePlus 7T Pro comes out, I feel like they're going to up their camera quality even more. Now, lastly, something I didn't really talk about is design. Design-wise, this phone is just freaking elegant. It's amazing. That Nebula Blue on the 7 Pro is probably the best color I've seen on any single smartphone. Well, not in leaks and renders online, but at least in person is the best color phone I've ever seen. It's definitely worth it. Now you can get an almond color, but that only comes in 8 gigs of RAM, and there's also a black. But the only one you can get for its top spec model is the Nebula Blue. But either way, you'll be fine with it. So media consumption on this phone is amazing. 12 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 855 chip. It's got you covered. It's got USB Type-C, warp charge, so really fast charging. It's got dual stereo speakers, so watching video, like I said, and playing games on this phone is just phenomenal. Yet it doesn't have a headphone jack, but then again, iPhone doesn't either. So if you guys are still backing iPhone and saying, oh, iPhone's a perfect phone for a student, well, that doesn't have a headphone jack either. And neither does the Galaxy Note 10. Samsung was one of the last major companies to carry a headphone jack on their flagship smartphone, and they got rid of that with the Note 10. So you're kind of out of luck. I guess the future now is supposed to be quote-unquote wireless, so forget about the headphone jack. Other than that, quick, snappy performance. Never lagged. I had this phone for 3 months, and I'm starting back fall semester with my 7 Pro. I can't be any more excited, and I'm definitely hyped up for the OnePlus 7T Pro. But until that comes out, the perfect smartphone for a student and for your budget is definitely going to be a 7 Pro. Now it starts at $669 for the 8 gig model, for the lowest end models, so you're still going to be getting amazing performance. But if you just want to drop in like 70, 80 more bucks, you'll be getting literally a future-proof 12 gigs, 256 gigs of storage, and 12 gigs of RAM model with an amazing Nebula Blue color. You're just going to be really happy that you made the choice of purchasing this phone. Now, like I said, I wasn't going to talk about iPhone because a lot of people still go for the XS or the XS Max, and if you're watching this video after the new iPhones come out, they're still going to go for the newer, higher end flagship models of the iPhone and leave the XR, the quote-unquote cheaper flagship model, out of picture. And that would be the perfect iPhone for any student. The iPhone XR, because it's the same price literally as the OnePlus 7 Pro, $750. I mean, you're not getting the greatest screen, you're getting a really good camera, but it's got the notch, and it's Apple. So if you really do enjoy Apple, then iPhone XR, the budget smartphone from Apple, is the way to go. Even though $750 isn't really budget, I mean, that's still really expensive, but it's the cheaper one of Apple's flagships. So iPhone XR is the perfect iPhone for any student. But overall, perfect smartphone for any student is hands down the OnePlus 7 Pro. Now, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to Superman that like button. Comment down below on suggestions, opinions. What phone are you using as a student, or what phone do you plan on picking up as a student? As comments, interactions, anything with the video, likes especially, helps with the video, with the channel, but it also helps this video get pushed to more viewers, and it's just something that the YouTube algorithm really enjoys. And best of all, Superman that subscribe button. Until next time, everybody, and until next video, this is MTG.